And who is that young man next to you?
Is my brother.
Your brother. And are you nice to your brother? Yes.
Yes.
Good answer. Good answer. Oh, so, all right. So it's hard to believe that we're already in June, isn't it? Time goes so fast. So now I have different lighting. Is my lighting okay or is it too bright?
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are talking about the water fountain at school. So I have a question and maybe Kiki can answer it for me. So I have a question, Kiki. Do your classrooms, hold on. I got to change I have to go to large grid. There's everyone. Oh, hi, Annie. Hi, Isabella. How are you?
Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Oh, I see myself now. Okay. All right. All right, good. So Kiki, I have a question for you. In your elementary schools, do you have water fountains in the classroom?
饮水机
饮水机 No，
No.
它在走廊上。
on the corridor or on the hall.
In the hall. Okay. Okay. In the hall. Thank you. In some of our elementary schools, at least in the town where I live, the kindergartner classes, they have water fountains in their classes. So then the teacher doesn't have to worry about the little ones going out into the hallway by themselves. So I thought I would share that with you. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Well, let me ask you, did all of you get my documents? The class lesson that came through okay? Oh, do we have a new person? She doesn't look very happy.
Ryan's sister. So what's your name, Ryan's sister?
My name is Eva.
Eva.
Eva. EVA? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to joiners.
Hi, Eva. I'm teacher Lisa. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, have I met Ryan? I don't know who Ryan is. I don't think I've met him.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So we are going to talk about the water fountain in school. So I'm going to share the screen and we will go over the unit page. Okay. So most of you know the routine now. We have our routine. So I will go ahead and read the paragraph and then I'll read it once and then I'll read it a second time and you can repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. It is very hot in the school and Ron is thirsty. He goes to the fountain to have a drink. He bends over and takes a sip of water from the fountain. So I will read the sentence again, and then if you could repeat after me, please. It is very hot in the school, and Ron is thirsty.
It is very
hot in school and Ren is thirsty.
Thirsty. 看前面，看明面。
Good. He goes to the fountain to have a drink.
He goes to the fountain
to have a
to
drink.
have drink.
He bends over and takes a sip of water from the fountain.
He bends over and takes a sip
Water
of
from
water.
fountain.
The fountain.
Wonderful. Thank you. So I know that you are e-learning from home now for school, but before, when you were in school, was it hot in school already?
Yes, very hot.
Yes, so it was very hot. Oh my goodness. So you probably went to the water fountain all the time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over our other vocabulary words. So I'll say the word and then you can repeat after me and then we will read the sentence. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Luke. So the first, number one, is public.
Public.
Public. Do you drink from public water fountains?
Do you drink
Do you drink
from public water fountain?
fountains?
Good. And number two is running.
Running.
Running. Do
Running.
not leave the water running.
Do not leave the water running.
Number three is a big word. So number three is quench.
Quench.
Quench. So the Q sounds like a K. So QU is like KU. So quench.
Okay. Quench.
Quench. The cool water quickly quenches his thirst.
The cool water quickly quenches his thirst.
Good. Number four is knob.
Knob.
Mike turns the knob on top of the fountain.
Mike turns the knob on the top of the fountain.
Good. Number five, hall.
Hall.
Hall. Walk down the hall and there is a drinking fountain on the right.
Walk down the hall and there is a drinking fountain on the right.
Good. So I have a question. So for number three, for quench, and thirst, do you understand what thirst means? Let me see. Eva, do you understand what the word thirst is? If somebody's thirsty? No. Okay. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And let me ask about number one for public. Kiki, do you know what the word public means?
Public.
Mm-hmm. Public.
公共的什么东西？
Okay. So in our next page, I'm hoping to explain more what some of these words mean. There's so many new words maybe for all of you. So please tell me if or ask if you don't understand what a word is so then I can help you to explain it so you understand more. So let's go to, so this is Ron. We're going to say goodbye to Ron right now. Bye, Ron. We'll see you later. There we go. There's all of you. Hi, Sandy. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I am going to go to the vocabulary words. You are going to love my pictures today. I have some fun pictures. All right, so vocabulary words for the water fountain. So hallway, as you know, hallway is a passageway or a corridor. I know that we talked about that a little earlier. You know what? We're just going to go to the pictures because it's easier. So look what I found. I found a hallway
Looks good. If you can zoom in, it would be better.
Okay, well, I am so glad you told me. Thank you, Luke. So this is a hallway with the water fountain on the right. I did good, didn't I?
Yes, yes.
All right. And then here, I thought this was just a real pretty picture. Look at that hallway. It's so clean and fresh and bright. Our school hallways don't look like that. All right, drinking fountain. So I was going between water fountain. I know the lesson says water fountain, but I kept calling it a drinking fountain. So I apologize if I'm confusing you. But it can be called a water fountain or a drinking fountain. So this is a nice picture of a drinking fountain. And then I just wanted to point out, is this big enough or should I make it bigger? I'll make it a little bigger. Okay, so the other picture showed that we would turn the knob to make the water to come out, but this water fountain has a button that you push to make the water come out. So we have a button and we have a knob. All right, now this is a fun picture. This is a water fountain in Chicago. Could you imagine trying to get a drink of water from that water fountain? That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But doesn't it look like fun? I'm
Yeah,
just
you
sharing.
you can give it a try next time.
Yeah, next time. Exactly.
Make sure your husband take a photo of you drinking.
That sounds good. Well, it just feels like it's summer here in Chicago, so I am sharing a little bit of the city with you. So now knob. So we are back to Roy. So knob, as you maybe already know in your schools, so the knob is like a handle. So you turn the knob to make the water to come out. So Ron has his hand and he turns it. Okay. And the next one is, I thought, this is so cute. Wait until you see this. So I was going to find the other picture for bends over. Remember when we were talking about taking a nap after lunch and we have to bend over the desk to take our nap? And then also one of our other vocabulary words is a small sip. And I'm just going to show you what a small sip of water is. I have my water bottle. So a small sip of water is just taking a little water. So that's it, just a little tiny bit. is a small sip of water. Now, look at this picture. It is so cute. It's perfect. Look it. The little cat is bent over and it has its own little water fountain. Isn't that so sweet?
Yeah.
And it's the cat is taking a small sip. So can all of you say a small sip of water?
A small sip
A small sip
water.
of water.
Water. Okay. And let's see. And Jalen, do you understand what a small sip of water means?
What?
What? Do you understand what a small sip of water means?
I don't know.
You don't know? A small sip of water is just taking a little tiny bit of water. Just a little. See, the cat is just taking a little lick of water. That's a sip. A sip is just a little bit. All right, so let's see what the next picture is. It is running water. And this is the water fountain somebody left the water on. And so it's going to run and run and run. And it's going to make a mess all over the floor. So we don't want to let the water run. And it's wasting water, right? We don't want to waste water. That looks good. All right. And the next one is, so this one is, oh wait, let me pull the picture up a little higher. So we talked about a small sip of water with the kitty. So now this young man in the picture, do you think he looks hot? Gina, does the boy in the picture look hot? Sweating and hot?
Yes.
Yes. So he is so hot, he is thirsty and he needs to quench his thirst. So he is going to take a big drink of water when you're hot. So he is not taking a little sip. So I'm going to take a big drink of water. So I'm going to quench my thirst by drinking a lot of water. I'll try not to spill. Okay. Okay. I don't want to drink too much in case I burp. That would be bad manners, I think. So can somebody tell me if they understand what quench their thirst, if you understand quenching your thirst, or a big drink of water is taking care of how thirsty you are? And let's see, I am going to ask Isabella. Wait, did I ask Isabella a question already? I'm
Not
sorry.
yet. Not yet.
Thank you. Thanks, Luke. I was marking names to make sure that I was asking everybody. Okay. Isabella, do you understand what it means to quench your thirst?
Yes.
Yes? Good. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions about thirst or quench? So quench is to like to stop your thirst. So you're not thirsty anymore. It's to stop your thirst. I felt that was a real tricky word to explain or teach. But that young man is definitely drinking a lot of water to quench his thirst. And then number 8, okay, so public water fountain. So in the school, in your school, it is a public school, and you have the public water fountains. And I I always think it's just a school water fountain or a school, yeah, water fountain. I don't think of it as being public. I just think of it as being in the school. So I found this cute picture, another cute picture of a public water fountain. And look who I found drinking water out in the park. Isn't that so cute? Do you think that is a public water fountain? Eva?
Yes.
Great, thank you. All right, so I asked Gina and Jalen and Eva and Isabella. All right, thank you. All right, so now I wanted to show you another fountain in Chicago. So this is a very famous fountain. It's called the Crown Fountain. It's in Chicago, and it is for the public. I have two pictures. The first one might be kind of hard to figure out, but it's so neat. So you have these two, see those two faces? And out of the mouth is water. And all the people are in between the faces playing in the water. So that is definitely being out in the public, having fun. Now, and look at our skyline, isn't it pretty? All right.
Well, were you in the fountain before?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yes, it is so much fun. So when you come to Chicago, you have to go. So this fountain is down in Grant Park, by Millennium Park. It's down by one of our new sculptures called the Bean. It's a big, shiny, it's shaped like a kidney bean, and it's really lovely. So see how the water is coming out of her mouth? So at each end of this really long, like pool, shallow pool, you can see the people, see the water, they're standing in the water. So you can get wet from the water coming out of the mouth or just splash around. But I want to get my picture up on that fountain. I don't know how to do it, but I think it would be fun to have my picture up there. And then somebody take a picture of me with my picture. That would be fun. So that is a public fountain. And then let me put that down. Then we also have our Buckingham fountain in Chicago. And this is very lovely. And it lights up at night. It's really pretty. I didn't show any the nighttime ones, but this is really big. But that is a water fountain. I don't think we would be able to get anything to drink. We wouldn't be able to drink from that fountain, but I just wanted to share it with you because it's summer in Chicago. So that is it. So we have Buckingham Fountain and we have Crown Fountain that is at Millennium Park. And hopefully someday you will come to Chicago and see me, and I can take you downtown to see all the wonderful sights. And I just thought that was so cute. Okay. And that young man is very hot. Oh my goodness. And he needs to take a big drink of water to quench or stop his thirst. And somebody left the water running. And we have our cute little kitty cat. She bent over and is taking small sips with her tongue. And then we have Ron. He is at the water fountain and he is using the knob to get his water. He's bent over. So he has everything. He's bent over and he's using the knob. And then we have this really cool, I have not seen that water fountain in person yet. So I will have to venture out and find that water fountain. And then the drinking fountain. And they have a button instead of a knob. And that is a really brand new, clean hallway. And that is the hall or the passageway or the corridor with the water fountain. And that one has a knob on the side that you turn. Also, that one has a knob. So we are back to our words. So I always feel that it's easier to show pictures to go with the words. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about pronunciation or the meaning of the words, of any word, not necessarily just these words that I've used?
Can we read the list of words again?
Yes, I would love to. All right. Oh, is that too small?
Too small.
Okay, is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the vocabulary words. So the first one is hallway. If you can
Hallway.
repeat. Can everybody repeat it? Unmic your
Hallway.
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 Okay. And the hallway is a passageway or a corridor. And then we have, since the lesson plan calls for water fountain, we will say water fountain.
Water fountain.
And my definition is water flows out.
Water flows out.
Thank you. And the next one is knob. So a knob is another form of a handle. So a knob is a round handle. So knob.
Knob.
A round handle.
A round handle.
No.
Good. And then public.
Public.
And my fancy definition is where many people are that are not your family or your own house. It's a long one. So public is where many people are.
Public
Public is many people
Are
there
not your family
not your family
your
or your
or I should have said
house.
or in your house or in your house. I forgot the word in. Or in your house.
Or in your house.
Okay, thank you everyone. All right, the next one is running water.
Running water.
Running water.
And I think of running. So the water is running and streaming out of the fountain. A lot of water is coming out of the fountain or faucet.
A lot
of water is running out
Of the
of
fountain
of
faucet. Remember when we were, all of you weren't in class at that time, but one of our first lessons that we did was washing your face. and brushing your teeth, and I had a picture of a faucet like you have in your bathroom, and the water comes out of your faucet or your tap. The water comes out. So we don't want the water to run out of the fountain or our faucet or tap. So then our next one is thirst. Thirst.
Thirst.
Thirst. When
Thirst.
your body needs a drink of water to cool the body down. That's a long one. When your body needs
When your
body
body
needs
needs
a drink of
drink
water
water
to cool the body.
the body down.
Good, thank you. So quench is Q-U, and Q-U sounds like the K, like we had talked. So it actually sounds like KW, quench. So quench, if you could say quench, quench, quench. Quench is to stop or satisfy your thirst. To stop or satisfy
To stop or
Third.
your
Your third.
thirst. Okay. And then bends, which is right leaning forward at the waist as we go to take our nap on top of our books. So lean forward at the waist.
Lean.
for at the wet.
All right. And our last word is sip.
Sip.
And a sip is a small drink of water.
Small drink of water.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. So now, does anybody have any questions about what the words mean, or if you want me to pronounce any of the words again? Sandy, do you have any questions? I don't even know if she's still there, actually. I can't see anybody. Sorry. Okay. All right. Oh.
Yeah, Sandy is there. Sandy, do you have any questions? Please answer the question. Say no, I don't. Not loud enough, so I couldn't hear her. That's okay. Let's move on.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll move on. Okay, thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Okay, so there's everyone again. Hello. Okay, so then let me see what other. So then we have our sentences. So I thought we could, hold on. I have to close that. So can you see the sentences?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Whoop. That was too big. Okay. So you know what? I want to ask a question. So I am going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. And I'm going to There we go. So are you able to see me? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So all of you seem very tired today. Probably because it's so hot and you need to drink water to give you energy and quench your thirst. So I have a question, and let's see. Annie, I have a question for you. At school, do you have to ask your teacher to go into the hallway to get a drink of water?
Yes.
Thank you. And I have a question for Gina is just like, please don't ask me a question. Okay, and I am going to ask Kiki. Kiki, when you ask your teacher to go in the hallway, do you have to have a hall pass to go into the hallway? In America, we have to have a pass. Our teacher has to give us a piece of paper to say that it's okay to go in the hallway. Do you need that at your school?
No.
No. Okay, that's wonderful. That probably saves a lot of time if you can just go. Now, I have another question. Jalen, maybe you know this answer. When you ask your teacher, wait, let me think a minute.
Yes.
So if if you have to use the restroom, does your teacher allow just one person to use the restroom, or can two people go to the restroom at the same time? Two, more than one can go. It's very strict. We can not only one person at a time can leave the classroom to use the bathroom. You know why? Because then those two people are going to be horsing around and playing at the water fountain and making a big mess all over the floor with the water. So only one person at a time is allowed to leave the classroom.
Yeah. Could you explain to them what horse around means? Yeah.
Oh, horsing around.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know where the definition where it came from, but horsing around means playing around or doing things that you should not be doing. I think.
Like a horse.
Well, and I don't really know why where the horse comes in. I'm not sure. Horsing around is playing around. So maybe a horse, because a horse is jumping and galloping, and so maybe, I don't know. I'm going to write that down. We will find out, or maybe some of the observers know. Horsing around. Find out what that means. Horsing around. Thank you for asking that. I grew up using that phrase. Oh, somebody said it's more like playing wildly. So like a wild horse or a horse. They just run free wild. Thank you, observer. Okay. Yeah, and somebody said goofing off. So the two people leaving the classroom together are going to be goofing off, being silly, getting into trouble. Mm-hmm. Yes, getting into trouble. That's what that means. Okay. And what other question that I have for you? Okay, so the water fountain, the pass, the restroom. Is the water in your water your water fountain in the school, is it cold water or is it warm water? And let's see. Gina, would you like to answer that question, please?
都有
both.
both.
It's both. So it starts out warm and then turns cold, or you have a hot button and a cold button?
有冷的跟热的 button.
Button.
有冷的跟热的，有冷的跟热的。Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you have a hot knob and a cold knob
Yes.
at the water fountain?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. That's not. Why do you have a hot knob at the water fountain? Do you know why?
Because their teacher also use the water fountain. So some teacher need hot water.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That
Yeah,
makes
it's very common to make hot tea or coffee.
okay. And so then the water fountain is used by everybody, not just the students, for various reasons. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. All right, we are going to hop over. All right, I'm going to share the screen again and start sharing. And I'm going to get our sentences. So our sentences are fill in the blank. And I have, oh wait, let me make it bigger. Oh, that might be too big. Ah, is that big enough? Yes,
Yes.
you
yes.
can see it okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to ask you to fill in the blank, and I gave you two choices of two words to choose from, and I am going to make sure I do a better job of keeping track of who I call on. So I'll do the first one maybe. So number one, do not run in the blank. So is it do not run in the classroom or do not run in the hall? I think it's do not run in the hall. And I will write hall, but you shouldn't run in the classroom either. Okay, do not run in the hall. Okay, so can everybody repeat that sentence, please? Do not run in the hall.
Do not run in the hall.
Thank you. All right, and let's go start with Jalen. Jalen, can you do number two, please? Turn the blank to the left.
Which? Wait a minute.
So either knob or latch. So turn the knob or the latch to the left.
No.
Knob. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jalen. I have a big X there and next to his name. All right, and let's see, number three, can we have Eva? Would you do number three for me, please?
Okay. Where is the water fountain?
Where is the water fountain? Okay, can everybody repeat that, please?
Where is the water fountain? What does cafeteria mean?
Oh, cafeteria is where the students go to eat their lunch. So it's a big room with tables and big long tables, and attached to the tables are benches. And so the kids sit at the table and have lunch. So that's very different for you because you eat your lunch in your classroom, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so next week, I will get a picture of a lunchroom. So the kids spend part of the time in the cafeteria. They can bring their own lunch, or they can buy lunch, a hot lunch, or they can buy salad or sandwiches. But in the elementary, it's usually a hot lunch or a well, salads included. So, or you can bring. So then they have so many minutes. I want to say 20 minutes to eat their lunch. And then they have to put all their garbage in the garbage, and they have to get the rags and wash the tables down. And then they line up. They all have to line up, and then they go outside for recess. They go outside and play, I think, for another 20 minutes. I'm not exactly sure of the time. But then what is also happening is there's already kids outside having their recess, and they come in and have their lunch. So they split up the classes so they can, because not everybody would fit in the cafeteria at one time.
I see.
Yes, yes.
他们分批去那个餐厅吃饭。Recess 就是下课时间。Okay.
Thank you for asking that question. Okay, and that was Eva that I asked. And Sandy, Miss Sandy, can you do number 4, please? It says, I am hot and blank. And your choices are cold or thirsty.
Hot and thirsty.
Woohoo! Yes, I am hot. I am so hot. And I am so thirsty. I need a drink of water. And not just a sip. I need a lot. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Let me put a big X next to your name that I called on you. All right. And number 5, Miss Kiki, would you mind doing number 5, please?
I drink a lot of water to quench my the thirsty.
To quench my thirst.
Thirst.
Yes. Yes. And can everybody repeat that, please?
I drink a lot of water to quench my thirst.
And I think we forgot to read to do number 4 after Sandy gave us our answer. So if we could all say number 4, please. I am
hot and
thirsty. Great. Thank you very much. Okay, so number 6. All right, so that was, all right. And then we are back to Isabella, will you do number 6, please?
The running water spilled onto the floor.
Thank you. All right, can everybody repeat that, please?
The running water
To the floor.
Spilled onto the floor. Spilled 溅出来。
The running water spilled onto the floor and made a mess. And everybody was slipping and sliding and they fell on the water that was on the floor. Okay. Thank you, Isabella. All right, and we are at number 7. So this is a tricky one because, well, let me see. Number 7, Gina. Miss Gina, can you do number 7, please?
You bend at the waist.
Good. And actually, you can also twist at the waist too, right? Twist. You do that dance, the twist. Luke, you're probably familiar with the twist. Do you remember the twist?
Yes, yes.
I'm just teasing you. Okay. Twist. So can everybody repeat the sentence? Say the sentence, please. Oh, I wrote twist. All right. It's Friday night and we're ready to do some dancing. All right. You bend at the waist.
You
bend
bend
at
at
the
the waist.
Thank you. All right. And then we have number 8. And we are back to Jalen. Can you do number 8, please?
Small drink is
A small drink is called a sip.
Sip. Great. Can everybody repeat the sentence, please?
A small drink is called a sip. And what does gulp mean?
I knew you were going to ask that. So, actually, I don't have a cup with me. Usually, it's easier to do with a cup. When you drink a cup of coffee or a glass of milk, and you take big swallows, and you're gulp, gulp. Can you hear me? Gulp, 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 gulp,
Yes.
gulp, gulp. That's a gulp. So like a gulp would be, let me see if I can do it with my water bottle. I may have to practice. So this is a sip, right? A little one is a sip. And then we have, okay, I got to do a gulp. I have to concentrate. So it's like gulping. You can hear it in your throat, which actually might be when we gulp is when we quench our thirst because we're really getting the moisture and the water into our throat. So a gulp is a big what, swig, a big gulp, a big drink.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I wasn't quite sure. It's easier to show, with a cup of coffee or a glass of milk. All right. And so thank you. All right. And that was Jalen. And we will go to Miss Eva. Can you do number 9, please, Eva?
Okay. The bird is drinking from the public fountain.
Wonderful. Thank you. Can everybody repeat that, please?
The bird is drinking from the popular fountain.
Fountain. Does anybody, thank you, that was very good. Does anybody know what an ink fountain is? So if it was ink fountain. An ink fountain way back when was a little jar or a little container that had ink in it. You know, the ink that we have in our pens? Well, before this pen was invented, there were quills, like feathers. And so ink was in a little container and you would dip the feather into the ink and then write. And that is an ink fountain. Okay, let's see. Does anybody have any questions about our sentences or words or definitions? I'm going to stop sharing. There we go. Stop sharing. Hello again. So let's see, Eva, thank you for joining our class. And may I ask, how old are you?
Okay, I'm 14 years old.
14 years old. Okay.
Yes.
And what grade are you in? Are you in 14? Would that be a freshman or a sophomore? Sorry.
几年级
And junior high school.
Junior.
Yes, 2.
Okay. 2, second year. So sophomore. Sophomore. Okay. All
8th
right.
grader.
Pardon me?
8th grader.
8th grader? Oh, okay. All right. 14 years old. All right. Well, thank you, Eva. So I know we only have a minute left. Oh my goodness. All of you must be very hungry for your lunch. So I will say thank you very much. It was fun learning about water fountains and drinking fountains. And thank you for sharing my pictures of Chicago. And we will see you next week. Okay? Bye.
Yeah, we are looking forward to seeing
And
your photos.
Yes, and I'll get the photos.
Okay, please unmute your microphone and say thank you, Teacher Lisa.
Thank you,
Lisa.
You're
See you
very
next week.
welcome. See you next week.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.